Hadith and Sects from the 24th of the 8th month of 1446. Inspiration is looked at through historical criticism. Interpretation is probably much more common a guide than fundamentalism. Religion is mystical and beyond the life of a messenger. Is the answer a living Shia guide or Sufism? Historical inquiry operated as filters informing many collections. Another was the spirit and context less likely to leave suspicion. Emotional to the point of more than art, some fell to deviation. Masters sought to make the legal part of the experience of return. A cost must be paid for the conservancy of personal vision. A community must work together to manifest the unity of the occult and prosaic explanations. The exoteric, esoteric, and the ethnic are part of any of the groups. I asked a question, and your opinion could be neither. It could be both. Fundamentalism is not as the hate speech. Fundamentalism as in turning directly to the sources, the Hanif, withholding the opinion of mere, oh, I feel like it, or mere, society has done this. But the conservative way, whether Shia, Sufi, Badi, Sunni, or some other group that most people are not going to know exists, that was the more common way. Now, you can take the good of each path, you can follow what seems to be more directly related to the inspired way. People make the argument about being a conservative. It's like, either way, you're following the opinion of a human. So either it's your opinion or somebody else's opinion of the revelation. And like, but if the sayings are there, if this is what's narrated that the prophet taught, and you consider it authentic, then Islamically there's no choice that you have to follow it. Now, have to follow it, I mean, it becomes the way. But somebody else's interpretation, that sort of thing is not there. Now, if they've decided this is when we're holding the congregational prayer, when, it's just a couple minutes off from what you think is, or that sort of thing, pray with the group, or, accept the opinion of the moon sighting or whatever some issue like that is. But as far as your regular life, what you're not obliged to do as part of the group or something like that, or, your government or that sort of thing. And obviously people, withheld judgment until they found out what the saying was. That's one of the ideals there, is the people who they don't have an opinion until they find out whether the inspiration and the revelation approves of their opinion. And that's a bit different than being a conservative now, isn't it? And also, there's been very strict historical criticism into anything labeled as a hadith, grading it different ways, each person on the thing, figuring out, oh, this is weak because at some point this guy started forgetting some stuff. So even if we don't know about a particular narration, everything after this point, I bring up a particular instance more than whatever. But after a certain point, they say all those narrations are weak because he left words out and started making mistakes and passing things on. and personal expression, um, and the records of other religions, because the records of other religions confirmed the path. So there were Muslims who preserved the text, who proliferated the text of other faiths because it, you know, put that stuff down. So what you hear about book burnings and all that other stuff, this is just not part of the Islamic vision.